Welcome back to my playthrough of XCOM Enemy Within Long War. This is part 2 of a UFO landing abduction ship. Where I killed the outsiders who are occupying it, and I'm fighting my way through the remnants of
our planet.
There's the remnants of the enemy. Two guys on the right side of the ship, as I look at it anyway.
Okay.
Working their way down the outside. And the rest working their way through the ship. I guess you got strangled, so you can't really move very far or do much, so Overwatch. You, however,
Heading to that location.
can get shot at by a thin man who's out there on Overwatch.
There's heavy fire in this zone.
However, he didn't hit you, he didn't trigger that one's Overwatch, so we'll fire back at this guy.
Das ist uns bereit.
You still gotta move? Yes, you have. Well, you can go trigger the other one's Overwatch by running down there. Please let me move. Okay, no, he doesn't have a move left. That's why he won't let me move. Okay. This guy is going to get shot at by the other thin man. Oh, and a sidewinder as well. Oh, okay, that's a sidewinder. Not a thin man. He's an upgraded thin man. Who actually hit me. And he's now going to know what it feels like to get hit back. Horrible little man.
On it.
You jump down there. That way you can kill the thin man off to the left.
Nailed them.
And the sidewinder is going to back up.
Can I get some help?
I forgot that guy was on Overwatch, or that girl.
No longer a threat.
Get me the hell out of here!
Stop moaning. These guys do moan a lot. Yes, you're being suppressed. So wait a second and someone will come to your rescue. I mean, Struth, is it really that hard to wait a few seconds?
On cheers.
That one down. Right, that's the one I wanted. As in theory, I can move you right
Heading to
there.
that location.
Find out what else is out here, if anything. And we will shoot you from the side. Oh dear, how sad you're
Shield
dead.
running dry.
Obviously, there is more out here. Somewhere.
On it.
Or more around somewhere. Probably on the other side of the ship, knowing my luck.
I'm back online. Auf dem Weg.
Oh no, there's one right there. Well, that was a tad unexpected. He's now dead, of course, but managed to hurt me in the meantime. And yes, there's still more, some more left somewhere. I'll go over there.
Go ahead, cover.
Should avoid the acid. Reload.
Ready to engage. Roger that.
There we go. There, and reload.
Locked and loaded.
And you know there's nothing around at the edge of the map or not?
Affirmative. Moving out.
We'll find out if it's the edge of the map in a second.
That's what we're looking for.
That wasn't. And you...
Moving
Put
out.
one there. Yes, it's a nice little long jog for you. Okay, that mailed container stopped producing meld. Alright, well, sniper, you went over out there too. That's what I'm looking for. Go grab that mailed container.
Affirmative.
If you can, because sometimes when they're on a slope you can't actually grab them.
Got it.
But you could that one. Right, and now head in that general direction. Because I'm guessing, and it is at this point just a guess,
Okay.
that if I'm going to run into any more enemies, they're going to come from either that direction, or, no, looks like that's probably not there, somewhere down there. That would be my, what's a guess?
Aye,
Summation? Surmising?
Reloaded.
The probability. That's too
Okay, boss, I
clever.
read.
It's one of the reasons I do happen to like Asians, is the sing-song voice that you frequently hear from
Im Laufschritt.
people from Southeast Asia and China and generally the Asian community. Not always, but a lot of them do have very nice sounding voices.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Which I do just generally having, or when you spend time in, for example, Australia, where there are currently quite a lot of Asians, I assume because they moved out there from
Yes, Commander.
prior around the time of the Hong Kong handover back to mainland China, which was at what, 99?
Heading out.
But whatever reasons they moved there doesn't really matter. It's at least not the point I'm trying to get to.
Wilco.
Is you spend time in Australia, there's a large Asian community, Southeast Asian community, and you naturally, because you spend a lot of time in Australia, you know, if you spend any time in Australia, you're going to interact with said community, and they were some of the friendliest people I've met. There again, most of the people I met in Australia were very, very friendly. They just seem to be I don't know if it's because they have sunshine and I'm British, so I'm used to people being miserable, but people who seem to live in Australia, for the most part, it's a generalisation, but for the most part, seem to be happy. Which is weird when you're English, to run into so many happy, friendly people who, even if they don't really know you, will talk to you, will treat you like a human being,
Getting it done.
and generally try not to make your life a miserable living hell. Which last time I went back to, well, no, not last time, one of the times I went back to England in the not too distant past. Okay, nothing good turned up. I was expecting to run into an alien there. What was I saying? Last time I went back to England, it was, well, not last time, but one of the times I went back to England, relatively recently, and I'll get to the point in a second.
Already there.
It was around Christmas time, or so sometime in December, just around just before Christmas. I went out, so I think I was just generally shopping or doing something relatively unimportant,
Double time.
and walking down the streets of the town I was in at the time. The people were miserable. They all looked like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders, and if they smiled, their face was going to fall off. I'm used to Americans these days, and they are, again, generalisation I know, but they are relatively happy.
Moving.
They try to look on the positive side of things, for the most part. and they don't look like the world is about to fall on them if they smile. So, you know, you've lived in Australia and America, you go back to England and you just look around and think, why is everybody so unhappy? Is it, you know, the grey clouds, the grey buildings, the weather, I don't know.
That's affirmative.
The fact they're so close to Europe and they hate Europe. I don't know why people in Britain are always looking so miserable, but they do. Oh boy, do they look miserable. Which I find
Bin
odd.
unterwegs.
Okay, and I have no idea wherever it is this alien or alien that is still left
Moving.
is hiding. If he would like to give me a clue as to where he is hiding,
I'm on it, Commander.
see if he's hiding in the corner. Nope. I didn't miss him in here, did I? There you go, run up to there.
Solid
Sit
copy,
in the middle.
Commander.
See if somebody somewhere triggers a reaction. So yes, anyway, yes, as I was saying,
On it.
that's why I tend to like the Asian community, or Southeast Asian community, because they genuinely seem happy, or at least not
That's
unhappy
affirmative.
for the most part, on a day-to-day basis. Sure, I'm sure they're like everybody else. They have troubles and things that make them miserable in their lives, but they certainly seem happier than the average Brit. And let's face it,
Geladen und entsichert.
if you're British, you really don't have that much to complain about. But trust me, if you're British, you can find something to complain about. In fact, the British are experts at finding things to complain about.
Bin dran.
If nothing else, we can always complain about the weather, or the fact we once had an empire and don't anymore.
Time to shift.
They are the old standbys, if nothing else. Anyway, that was me muttering on about... Okay, something's around somewhere that's going to shoot... Oh, there, okay.
Schwerer
Yeehaw.
Beschuss in diesem Bereich.
I was beginning to wonder where this alien was.
Er ist ausgeschaltet.
Another one down. Good work, Commander.
Okay, and so ends part 2 of that Abductor mission. Or Abductor UFO mission. Which was nowhere near bad as the abduction mission which came before it. And even if it was nowhere as bad, I still managed to get 3 people wounded, including both snipers and a gunner. Yeah, got a lot of stuff for it, which is always nice. Including 8 sectoid corpses, which I really don't need. Anyway, right, so there's a covert operation in 3 days, a lab being built in 2, interrogate a thin man in 5s, 18 weapon fragments for 1 engineer. I'll probably regret it, but okay.
You're gonna want to take a look at this, Commander.
Oh,
Incoming
straight.
transmission from the Council.
So I'm going to have an abduction mission, a UFO landing, a council mission, and then a covert op, all in the space of about 5 days. We've received a number of eyewitness reports claiming aliens are moving throughout a neighbourhood in a major American city. Although we've yet to establish the motive behind the activity, we must treat all reported incursions as a serious threat. Central will provide further details once your troops reach the affected area. Well, it pays quite well, and there's panic reduction, so I'll get out of that screen so the timer doesn't keep going. So that will be for next time, a bomb disposal mission. Well, part 2 of this was shorter than part 1, but I managed to keep them both under 20 minutes. I don't know if people actually like 2-part missions or they want it all in 1 part. However, my plan is to continue doing them in 2 parts when it's going to run over 20 minutes, but I think it's going to get to 30 to 35, 40 minutes, because it just makes sense. It makes life easier for me, and everything is about me. That's my opinion, and of course my opinion is the most important opinion, as far as I'm concerned. Hence, it's still all about me. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, well, nothing I can do about it. I'll see you down the road.